Thank you very much for waiting, ladies and gentlemen. We will now start the lightning talk session. The first session is Chatbot with Chainer and Elasticsearch. Please welcome Mr. Masaya Oguchi. Okay, and are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, so let's start.
Thank you for coming for my listening my to chatbot made by Chainer. Chainer is a neural network framework. So I don't have enough time to talk all about it. So I talk about a part of the function. So at first, self-introduction and dialogue value and demo. Self-introduction is very shortly. My name is Masaya Oguchi, and I worked at the Port Inc. That's all. Dialogue value. So dialogue value has, I think the dialogue value has the three continuously interactive new user experience. However, I don't have enough time, so I talked only the new user experience. For example, so I'm sorry for the example is only Japanese. So most people understand Japanese, however, a few people understand Japanese. Example is like the 女子高生. So let's start the demo. Demo shows only the Japanese, so sorry. So this is chatbot a reaction for the China. So I asked the Urashima Taro. Urashima Taro is a very famous character in Japan. So the chatbot responds to the emoji. However, so if the ask the question for the Urashima Taro, so it is correctly answered. Like one. And we will show, I will show how to train the dialogue. So you can focus the target and hypothesis sentences. So you can understand hypothesis is getting similar to the target word. Yeah, I stop it. So for example, this is a not similar word. However, the next one is a similar word. So correctly, continuously training, so it is getting similar the target word. That's all. Thank you for listening for my presentation. And if you have any questions, please ask me after the session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oguchi. And the next session is Ansible 101. Please welcome Mr. Gena Goldiv. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so start.
Hello, my name is Gena Gordev. I work here in Rakuten for ESD department, and I'm going to talk for Ansible for beginners. So Ansible, for those who don't know, is a simple IT software automation system that helps you to automate anything you want. It's very, very simple, and you'll see it's this in this local 3 minutes. Let's go. So, little words that you need to know before we continue. Inventory is a list of hosts where we're going to run something. Playbooks is a language with which Ansible doing something on a remote system. Modules, it's small programs that Ansible push to a remote system and execute for some result. And handlers is a small part of playbooks that run something at the end of the running playbook. So here we have an example of hosts files. It's just a list in ini format with a host. Today we are going to work with my minus list. Ansible is very used even with CLI. You can run Ansible, specify the host where you run and what module you are going to run and what command. Here we are running Ansible module called shell, and executing command W on a remote system, you can see the output on a green. So here is a typical Ansible playbook. It's Ansible Hello World. We are going to install Nginx on a remote system and copy default config from our local system. So here we have a host where we're going to install it, become it for privilege escalation. We have 3 tasks to run. First one is run by module opt, as we are going to run it on Ubuntu server. So here Ansible checks is there Nginx installed or not. If it's installed, there will be done nothing. After that, it's copying configuration from our local system to a remote one and restart Nginx at the end. Here is the output of that operation. Here we run Ansible minus playbook and nginx.yaml. So here we're collecting some information about it's a setup task, then we're installing, copy, and restarting. I think that's almost everything. So, and we are switching to Ansible 3.01. It's like advanced Ansible. So what do we have here? This play is using a new system called with items. It's kind of for loop inside the playbook. So we are going to run yum on this remote system only when remote system is CentOS. And in fact, it is installed. We will do nothing, and if something is missing, like libc or Linux Python, we are going to install it. And after that, we are calling notify. That's a handler. As I said before, it's a task for doing something, and I have it in another file, and there is a service for restarting Nginx. So that's all. For 4 minutes, I described almost everything you need to know for running Ansible. You just have to install it on your local PC and have a connection, accessible connection for a remote system with SSH, or for Windows it's using something, I have no idea. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Goldie. Next session is the randomize and return messages on Twitter you can get. Please welcome Mr. Kazuhiko Inaba. Are you ready?
Yeah, all right.
All right.
Yes.
Start.
Okay, and we're talking about the randomize and return messages you can get on Twitter about Ruby, okay? So before the explanation about me, name is Kaz, I'm born in Japan or raised in Japan. I work as a system engineer mainly creating anti-fraud structure. I want to go overseas if I have a chance, okay? So the agenda are 2 types. What is the hierarchy and what is the hierarchy system, okay? You're surprised. What you should get any return message that you post a term on Twitter, you'll be comfortable like a cozy. That is software there. Go and explain to you what it is. It is the hierarchy, okay? What is a hierarchy? Actually, the word, there are many messages, but also bound up in Japanese. You get many messages on a picture of ducks, you will search the term hierarchy in Twitter. So this is an example from Twitter, and so return, Twitter might return posts with ducks and kinds of Japanese messages. Yaki means duck, and means in Japanese, and yaki means burned. The word Akiriyaki means often used to make fun jokes. It's popular in Nagoya and Tokyo. On Twitter around the Japanese open source communities, Tokaido Linux user group, Tokaido Lab. Sometimes when searching for the word, you get this picture in the result of the picture. That in Japanese closely said, picking me from here. Most messages like this, it seems to be burn more, and it gives me Piper. A lot of messages, you get a picture, you might have seen this before, right? So what is the Akiriyaki system? Akiriyaki system, take a look at this. It's a composed of like this one, Mikuta plugin, Akiri Anti-Yakuna. Mikuta plugin, which means based on Ruby programs, return like a similar kind of many messages on Twitter. Like time on Twitter, return kind of message matter of Ruby program, the Mikuta plugin, Akiri Anti-Yakuna by, okay? Later install one of Twitter client software on the Mikuta to use Mikuta plugin. Mikuta plugin site are like this. So Mikuta plugin in Akiriyaki as follows. Akiriyaki will be a main part config YML, return message, and Mikuta.yml configuration file in details. So Akiriyaki will be details sorted like this in detail. Take a look at this. It's part of the middle of the part of this. And you can send the word on not Akiriyaki, but term you be you like. For example, your company and so on. So that you can download and customize Mikuta plugin. So what I want to say is very important. So everybody can customize them using these sources and change the keyword from Akiriyaki to the term you like. You can make software like the Akiriyaki system in your country. Able to experience such wonderful things like Akiriyaki and Twitter enjoyably. Why don't we do that in your company and country? Okay? I'll show you demo. This is the only special thing like that I prepare. This is like a Mikuta plugin software. So sometimes, but I like only name, no return messages. But if you put some, for example, Rakuten keyword and other things, and or in Tokyo or like that, okay? But you don't care other messages, okay? Because they're usually in Twitter. But like that. Oh, no, oh my God. Arola? Okay, next one. Sorry. Usually in Arola in the machine, okay? So you remember it? Yeah, it's like confused. I'm okay. It's like I am alright. Sorry. Please. Return message, please. No? I made a mistake. Okay. Yeah, it's like, no. We are running time, okay? It's like, yeah, right. Okay, thank you.
Time's up.
Return message, thank you very much, okay? Good morning, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, the next session is Business Model Toolbox. Please welcome Mr. Noel Garcia.
Okay, good evening, thank you.
Are you ready?
And let's do this at lightning speed. I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, yes.
All right, start.
Okay, someone once said he had his choice and he liked the worst. Think about it. If sometimes choosing from two situations is difficult, imagine the challenge in choosing when you have 50 different options. What if you want to fix your car and you're faced with 200 tools to start fixing? You may know how to use them all, but you are not an expert in all the tools. And that's the problem. Too many options, too many tools. Okay, so imagine that you have, in business, we have the same situation every day. We have a lot of problems, but we also have tools and methodologies that we use to solve these problems. Imagine you can use it in the same way you use a drink selling machine. You are thirsty, you go to the selling machine, you choose a drink from several options, and you may want a coffee because it's early in the morning, or you just want something sweet and bubbling. How easy it is to find what you want. Insert a coin and you get what you need. Now imagine the same approach to business. You have all the main business methodologies and tools in one place, you push a button, and voila, you get the right tools for your kind of problem. Great solution. I call it the business model toolbox. But if I have such a box, how can I use it? Well, we can use it to turn ideas into the real world, to find solutions, or to create new products or services. But how can such a box can be organized? Very simple. Just as people have life stages from babies to old people, a business also has stages. I group them in 5 categories that can be helpful. These stages are idea, hack, emotional coefficient, canvas, and post. All this can help any audience, and I group the audiences in 5 types: children, teens, entrepreneurs, government, and social organizations. But what methodologies? Well, I have identified 37 business methodologies that are widely used and pretty much cover all your business needs. These cover a wide variety of topics like management, finance, sales, human resource, etc. But what about the tools? Well, I have identified 205 management tools for topics such as accounting, strategy, marketing, decision-making, emotional intelligence, and the list goes on and on. You may say, but all the companies are different. You cannot use that. Well, I think we can. If we know the type of industry, we will know at least very closely the type of company, and if we know that, we can be able to suggest the right tools and methodologies for a particular company or team, because we already know the audience and the life stage. So then you can get the right tool for your business problem, or at least a very good approximation. Now that you know that the toolbox is, I can tell you how to use it. Very easy in 7 steps. Choose the audience, choose the default tools, choose an industry, choose your industry methodologies and tools, apply, and that's it. Imagine that with the push of a button, a software or site that combines artificial intelligence from the tools and big data from business problems and customer insights, all to help you get your idea to reality. From idea to a new product, and from a new product to a profitable business. You can foster teamwork, creativity, entrepreneurship, speed. Imagine the business model toolbox, a tool that can most of all help your business to think different. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Garcia. And the next session is Sannen Bozu, how I try to achieve my personal goals. Please welcome Mr. Kazuhiro Komoda. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Start!
Okay. It's not working.
Oh no.
So the slide is not moving. But now it's working. So let me start from my introduction. My name is Kazuhiro Komoda. I'm a
We'll start over. You
can
lost
I?
20 seconds, so yeah, let's do that again.
Okay, if it's possible.
Okay.
あ、映ってます。
Okay. Yeah?
It's not connected.
Oh, it's not connected.
これです。合ってますけど、It's not shown the display. Okay.
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 All right. So let's start.
Okay. I hope you are enjoying Rakuten Technology Conference. Let me start from my self-introduction. My name is Kazuhiro Komoda. I'm a Java developer in Rakuma. I'm interested in new technologies. I write some of my findings in GitHub blogs like this. My hobbies, I love to learn new languages and I do some jogging. So the main message today, it's important to know yourself and achieve personal goals. When setting a personal goal, for example, losing weight, you realize the gap, 10 kilograms, set a period 6 months, and then in the end decide what to do day by day, run 5 kilometers per day, for example. However, this does not always work well. One reason is that there are so many enemies around you. As you know, planning is more fun than executing. And also, you might start watching funny TV programs or eating sweet donuts without noticing it. And then you might miss daily 5-kilometer run to achieve your goals. And after 3 months, you might start saying, what did I set as my goal? And you may lose confidence, maybe avoid making new goals. So one day, I encountered a book named like this. The main strategy of this book was to plan the future by admitting that human is weak. This was shocking to me at first, but at the same time, it gave me some hope. I can somehow achieve my goals even if my willpower is not so strong. So inspired by the book, I have made a web application named Sannen Bozu. You can register your personal goals and be reminded of them so you can keep working on them. In Japanese, Mikkabozu, 3-day boys, means easy quitter. Here, the coined word Sannen Bozu, 3-year boy, aims to achieve just the opposite. So the application has 3 major concepts. First, you can work just as much as you want. When you are tired, you can sometimes skip your daily actions. You can just look back your goals is enough. And second, imagine when and how you fail. If you have imagined when and how you fail, how you skip daily execution, it's easier to take preventive actions, such as not storing sweet donuts in the fridge. And third, cheer yourself up from the past. That seems strange, but remember how warm you feel when you look back at a diary or open your time capsule. Sanebozu tries to provide similar experience. So here are some technical details. I used some technologies to implement web browser push notification, like such as Service Worker or Google Cloud Messaging, which is now migrated to Firebase Cloud Messaging. So the summary is as shown. To know yourself and achieve your personal goals, let's work as much as you want and imagine how and when and how you fail, as well as when you succeed. And it's helpful to cheer yourself up from the past, maybe taking some notes or something like that. So if you have want any updates or if you have any feedbacks, please watch out this Twitter account. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Komoda. The next session is Curating Big Data for E-commerce, Opportunities and Challenges. Now please welcome Dr. Slayman So. Okay, you're ready. So, start.
Thank you very much. I have to rose very quickly. This is the title which has already been introduced. I'm a member of the Rakuten family, and I'm here to tell you something about big data curation. So in 4 minutes, I have very little thing to say. I'll introduce what I call the Rakuten big data curation paradigm, and I'll tell you how we are curating big data. Then I'll give you a case study about some applications that are implementing this model. Then I'll give you something to take away home when you go home. Basically, there are 2 sections to this title. One of them is about data curation, which is simply just data management. But bulk of the title is about big data. So as previous speakers have already said, and Hireya-san have introduced a lot of things about big data, what I'm concentrated on as far as big data is concerned is about the value creation. So for me, it's not more about size, how big your data is, but what value can you get about this. And some years ago, like 2014, I said, what is big data for you today? tomorrow it will not be big data, it will be small. And as time goes on, big becomes small, big becomes small, big becomes small. So the whole idea can be looked at as a form of collaboration plus value creation that gives you economic advantage when you are thinking about big data. So basically the opportunities are many, and it has already been said here. There is ample evidence to show that now with a lot of big data, we can create a lot of enjoyable shopping experience for millions of people around the world. But the challenges are actually associated with all the characteristics of big data. Few years ago, when I was writing, there were 3, then there were 6, then now there are 10. So for all these things you see associated with big data have their associated challenges. So we've been moving actually from kilobytes to megabytes, zettabytes, terabytes, what do you know? Now, one question I would like to ask, after this yottabyte, what are we going to have? Anybody? After yottabytes? Actually, we don't know. So it is just expanding. I'm thinking after yottabytes, we are going to have hahabyte, because nobody how to call these bytes as we go on. So basically, the Rakuten data curation, as I envisage it, is what you have seen. We have got what you call data exhaust. Data exhaust is just like the car exhaust you have coming out of your car. All kind of data, shopping data, personalized data, information data, whatever you call it, we have it on Rakuten. And a most example of ETL, extract, transform, and load, all this thing goes into our storage and processing systems. And from the storage and processing systems, it is loaded into our analytical model. And from the analytical model, it goes to the application layer. Actually, this looks like a big data architectural layer. So every organization has this kind of layer. So we are also implementing this layer. But what is becoming unique about Rakuten is not only we go to the application layer, but we also create a feedback loop. After processing all this data into your system, you need to bring it back into the Rakuten system, and then the whole cycle continues. So this is what we are doing in Rakuten. But then you don't have to look at big data as a form of creating a loop, going from the bottom to the top and then going to the left. What we want to do in Rakuten is to create what you call both a horizontal and a vertical data curation layer. So whilst you have data flowing from the bottom to the top, we want also data to flow from one application to another and from one system to another. And the whole of this thing gives us an ecosystem of big data. And I'll give you a typical example where this thing is applied in Rakuten. So we have a big database system, one among millions, called RAT. I think the name is very appropriate. So we have a system which we use for optimizing search, which collects data from RAT, and then on real-time basis, it feeds this data to Arigato. So
Thank you,
thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. So.
Yeah.
The next session is Why Not mRuby? And please welcome Mr. Kazuaki Tanaka. Okay, ready?
Okay.
All right. Start.
Good evening. My name is Kazuaki Tanaka from Kyushu Institute of Technology. I usually teach computer science in university. So especially my research area is embedded system. So embedded system is small devices, small microprocessors like this, very small. So anyway, today I talk about the mRuby and mRuby/C. So Ruby, maybe you know the Ruby language, programming language Ruby. Ruby language is very easy to understand or easy to deploy and so on. And also Ruby language is widely used in server-side programs or personal computer applications. But today we'll show the mRuby/C. What is mRuby and mRuby/C? So it's very easy. Ruby plus micro or minimum or machine. This is mRuby. mRuby is focused to execute on microprocessor or small devices, so machine or minimum. So usually Ruby language is Ruby interpreter executes the Ruby language, Ruby program. But mRuby is a compiler and a virtual machine. Compiler compiles the Ruby source code into the bytecode, that is the device-independent bytecode, and execute on virtual machine in microprocessors. Then MRV/C. MRV/C is compact and concurrent is a keyword. Then MRV/C. So more small devices like this device is very small and very cheap, only $9.99 or $10 only, very cheap. So in such devices, does not have an operating system, but we want to execute several programs. One program is sensing some sensors, and one program is processing data, and some program is transmit the data to the communication line, and so on. So several programs we want to execute on concurrently. So MRV/C supports the concurrent processing without operating system. So no operating system is okay. So how small the MRV/C is? This is execute on only 40 kilobyte, 40 kilobyte, very small. So such less memory consumption is a good advantage in power consumption. So very small power is available in these small devices. And MRV is a virtual machine based on virtual machine and small devices, focused to small devices, and multi-programs in without operating system. So MRV is executing on small devices, only one chip. If you want to, if you are interested in MRV or MRV/C, please check the word MRV or MRV/C in Google or YouTube. Then you can find some videos and documents and GitHub source codes. It's free and you can use any areas without licenses. So please use MRV and MRV/C. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tanaka. And the last session, but not least, is Part 2 Introduction. Please welcome Mr. Mitsuru Saito.
I'm ready.
Okay,
Yep.
start.
All right, I'm Mitsuru from Rakuten Travel. So I'm coming from Rakuten Travel. So let's talk about the information of the travel. This is a Chinese map, a China map. However, imagine what do you have around here in China? Actually, we have this kind of building. It has 13,000 square meter, and it has 130 meter height, and it has 2,000 rooms. I learned it when I visited Bhutan from brochures. No one introduced this place because this place doesn't have any money. No one will visit, so no one informed that information to anyone, to the world. Other aspect of the travel information is this one. This is Oregon brochure for Japanese users. Did you see this kind of the beautiful brochures or guidebook before? This is coming from Oregon, and they have a great story in their book. But you can get that only in Oregon. And the last thing is, if you go to an airport or train station or rent-a-car company, then you will see the tons of the brochures. But it is late for you to change your schedule because your schedule is already packed at that time. We have this kind of the problems in the travel scene. That's why we started, Part 2. I don't tell you what it means, but just remember Part 2 as a sound. And what it is doing is, you will see the worldwide brochures or pamphlet from this application for the travel.
What it is doing as an application is, this is the top page. You will see the all brochures that we got. Actually, we got more than 2,000 brochures from worldwide, in English, in Japanese, Chinese, Korean, French, Spanish, and so on. And we are showing this kind of brochure based on your behavior on the big data. I don't like that word of the big data, but yes, based on your behavior, we are showing that brochure. We are selecting the brochure for you at the top page. And this is the brochure that we got. Actually, this brochure looks like an airplane shape, but we modified that so that it is displayed very well even in a smartphone or tablet. So you can see that information very well in the smartphone or tablet. That is the one technology that's modifying any type of the shape, any shape of the information we can show. And the thing is that all brochures will be located on the map. So you can imagine where the brochure is, where the brochure is talking about easily. Like you see, we got the brochures from Japan, China, America, and Europe. And the app is selected as the #1 travel category app in Japan and America by Apple last month. And so the app has the discoverability of the information of travel, the quality of the travel, and you can see that information right on time. My message for today is very simple. Remember Patu, install Patu, enjoy Patu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saito. And this is the end of the Lightning Talk session. Hope you enjoyed it. And now let us move on to the Rakuten Technology Award 2016 award ceremony. The awards will be given to individuals and organizations that have contributed the most towards technology development and growth during this past year. The award winners have been selected by the Technology Conference Award Selection Committee, comprised of Mr. Yukihiro Matsumoto, Fellow of Rakuten Institute of Technology, and Mr. Yasufumi Hirai, Group Executive Vice President, Chief Information Officer, and Chief Information Security Officer. This year, 1 Gold Award, 2 Silvers, and 2 Ruby Awards will be presented. The third award is not bronze. We have named it Ruby, as this award will be given to technology engineers. And the first award presenter is Executive Officer and General Manager of Ecosystem Service Department, Mr. Fernando Paulo. The first award we announce is the Ruby Award. The trophy and Kobo Glow HD will be presented to the winners. The first winner is Mr. Akihiko Kodama. These days, the word singularity is booming. Mr. Kodama has described with clarity on how artificial intelligence has developed and what will happen hereafter in his book named Will AI Destroy Us? His works triggered reconsideration of not only technological innovation, but humankind value. We appreciate his work highly. Now, could you give us a comment, Mr. Kodama?
So first of all, I want to thank you very much for Rakuten's committee and for giving such an honorable award for me. And also I want to thank my editor, Ichikawa Yuto from Diamond, and my publicity agent, Sota Furuya, which helped out to write this book. And this book is actually about AI and singularity, but I want to honestly say that I'm not an expert of AI or an expert writer myself. My career is built upon human-computer interaction, user interface, and product management. So I'm quite, my expertise is on the such relationship of humans and machines. But when I got the request to write this book, it was about writing history of IT. But at that point, I really noticed that recently the development of AI technology, like in 2011, Watson and Siri, and after 2012, the evolution of deep learning was quite astonishing for me. So I really wanted to write the history and the future of what AI is going to bring us. And there are some things that I want to point out. So one is that today's evolution of AI is really brought by the reinvestment and the R&D from internet and computer industries. So I strongly believe that research activities like I saw in, for example, Rakuten's this institute is strong, very, very important because such a successful IT business is reinvesting to technology development. That is very important. And also another aspect is that in my book, I really kind of used the Christian religion as the metaphor of the story of the development of IT and AI. The reason is that the AI technology has really kind of ethical aspect that we really need to seriously consider because we are going to kind of hand out partly our decision making and the management, governance of our society, our business, and our individual life. Therefore, such aspect is, I think, really think it's very important to investigate and research from now on. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Congratulations, and please give a big round of applause. And the second winner of the Ruby Award is Ms. Miho Kage, Senior Manager and Head of Product Planning Division Team, Communication Robot Business Development Unit, IoT Communication Business Unit of Sharp Corporation. Ms. Kage leads the RoboHome project along with Mr. Tomotaka Takahashi, a leading roboticist, and launched a product as the first practical cell phone plus robot in the world. Through this achievement, we appreciate her skills of subject definition, challenging spirit, and moreover, the ability to make these products come true. Now, could you give us a comment?
Thank you very much. We are very happy to receive this award. So we believe that this innovative product, RoboHome, create next generation of user experience. So we hope we could have good collaborations with you. Thank you.
Congratulations once again. And next, we will announce the winners of the Silver Award. The award presenter is Executive Officer, Director, Life and Leisure Company CTO, Mr. Shunsuke Hoshino. There are 2 Silver Award winners this year, and the trophy and Kobo Glow HD will be presented to them. The first winner is Chef Software Inc. Chef Software Inc. is deeply committed to open source technology and is striving to make IT management easier and safer for many users around the world. We appreciate their contribution to the IT industry over the years and accept more contributions in the future. All right, now could you give us a comment?
We've always been happy and always excited to come and visit Japan. Japan has always had a very strong user community for us at Chef. So it's a big honor for us to be presented with this award. And we're also very excited to present to you the new technology that we have as well in our new open source projects, and are excited to see what contributions that the Japanese community can bring to our new projects as well. So thank you very much.
Congratulations. And the other Silver Award winner is Spotify Technology SA Agile Coach, Mr. Jonathan Rasmussen. Mr. Jonathan Rasmussen has published Agile Samurai, which introduced the comprehensive understanding of agile development with a focus on Inception Deck. His book also influenced the entire IT industry in Japan. We appreciate him for always blazing a new path. All right, now, could you give us a comment?
I'd just like to thank Rakuten for hosting such a wonderful event. I can really feel the energy in the building. I've seen great lightning talks and great presentations today, and I too enjoy coming to Japan and seeing all the innovative, exciting things going on here. So I'd encourage you just to remember that life is short. You should be fearless. Get out there and go after what you want, and just go for it. You've got nothing to lose. Work hard, and good things will happen. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And at last, we will announce the winner of the Gold Award. The award presenter is Group Executive Vice President, Chief Information Officer, and Chief Information Security Officer, Mr. Yasufumi Hirai. The trophy and Kobo Aura 1 will be presented to the Gold Award winners. The Gold Award goes to Dr. Koichi Takeda, Distinguished Engineer of IBM Research Tokyo. Dr. Takeda of IBM Research Tokyo has worked for researches of NLP and text mining for years, which have accomplished the results of machine translation, knowledge discovery, and question answering system, and so forth. Recently, his research contributed to the successful cases of IBM Watson. We appreciate his achievements. All right, now, could you give us a comment?
Thank you very much. I'm very, very honored to have this prestigious Rakuten Award this year. When I joined IBM in 1983, we are about to kind of have the second AI wave of the fifth generation computers. We had a lot of dreams, and we have kind of ambitious about approaching the human intelligence. The result wasn't quite what I expected, but I've tried to kind of make natural language to be more consumable by the society and industries, machine translation, text mining, question answering. So I think we are approaching the goal of making natural language more consumable. So this award makes me kind of a confidence and encouragement to make that research driving the natural language analytics for understanding customers better, deeper, and communicating with them more kind of closely. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, Dr. Takeda. And let's give another big round of applause to all the winners. And now please return to your seats. And finally, Mr. Yasuhumi Hirai will give us a closing address. Mr. Hirai, if you please.
Thank you very much again for your active participation, both in person here at Rakuten Crimson House, as well as the 7 locations remotely. I hope we had a very good success, and I hope you had a very fruitful sessions, informative sessions together. And I believe you can take some of the key takeaways for each of you to create innovation and something amazing from tomorrow. Also, I'd like to thank all the speakers to make the commitment out of the very busy schedule to come here in Tokyo at Rakuten Crimson House to deliver the very, very informative presentations. And actually, if you take a look at the program today, it's pretty busy and very, very rich contents and variety of topics. And I am very, very pleased with lining up all those sessions. And actually, this was done because of the volunteers of Rakutenian in this room. If I may, I'd like to ask Rakuten volunteers in this room to just stand up. Okay. All right. So, if I may, I'd like to recognize the significant commitment, time commitment and contribution from the planning phase through facilitation and operations for this very important event for all of us. Please join me in giving another round of big applause. Thank you very much. Good job. Well done. Just before this closing session, I just got the number. Today, we had a little over 1,000 external audience, excluding Rakuten employees here in Tokyo, and a couple of hundreds of people joining this session the day from the remote locations. And I'm very pleased with the number of participants today. Again, innovation. We all are accountable for creating innovations, and that's very interesting and that's very exciting. And after this session, we will organize just a small reception up on 9th floor at the cafeteria. So I would like to ask as many of you as you can to join us to network each other, to create your own personal networks for your businesses and other researches from now on. And thank you very much again for your participation today. And please give us any candid feedbacks for us to further improve the contents and facilitations for next year and beyond. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And this concludes the Rakuten Technology Conference and the award ceremony. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And please join the party in the cafeteria on the 9th floor, starting shortly. Once again, thank you very much for coming and have a good evening.